Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to dedicate this star reading for the actor Kim Woo-bin. Um, and there had been like a lot of like requests for him. So yes, actually there's someone that also asked me a reading for him as his wife, but I would like to do like start with a personal reading for him. So yes, we're going to start. The cards that I pulled for him are the lovers, Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, and the Moon card. Then from the Oracle, he got the card of Saturn in Aries, Risk. Um, so yeah, like I think someone mentioned that he is working on a project, or probably, he's like probably something that he had participated on or that he had worked on is going to be released. And honestly, he had a lot of pentacles. So I there's something about him that I think that he is a guy that he is very well established. Like I see him like very stable. And I think that with the lovers, I believe that this is a guy that actually, he can decide if he wants to keep working or not. There's a sense of his needs being very well taken care of, especially financial ones, and probably also with his family and his loved ones. There's a lot of commitment here. There's a lot of a lot of order, possibly a lot of routines, like to each person of the family has some kind of role. And he's surrounded by very stable people, and actually people that are very serious about him. And I think that he's serious as well. I think that he's also very committed. I honestly I think he's like he does enjoy of a certain, I wouldn't say popularity because it sounds superficial to say popularity, but I think that in the field that he's in, he's very respected. And like somehow it sounds like, people really like admire him and they put him on a pedestal. So and honestly, from the cards that I have here, the Ten of Pentacles in the middle. Honestly, I think that for him, the what he cares about the most is his family. Is the people that had been supporting him from the beginning. And I know that he's a Cancer sun, so it does make sense that probably for him, he's like the reason why he does what he does is to provide stability for his family. Um and and he's like, okay, like I'm doing this, like I'm working, but for me family comes first. For him it's very important to take care of his loved ones. I think that he's a guy that he's like, I want to provide as well. I don't think he has like financial struggles. I think that either him or the people around him are very influential. It seems like, like money is doing very well around him, or he had earned, something like there's an sort of a stable income, even though probably he doesn't work that often. There's something about money can being like provided to him, like so I don't know what's that about. And I think that this is where the other cards come from, because he's like, yeah, I could be sitting at home actually like enjoying stability, and I think that there's something about him not needing to work, because it seems like, I wouldn't say people pay him to stay at home, but there's something about like, don't worry, we will take care of this. or probably he has his own savings. There's something in there, or his own business. I don't know. But I think that, looking at all these pentacles, actually, what I'm trying to observe here is where is the emotions. Where are the passion, the feelings. He's a Cancer Sun after all, and actually, I don't see it. I think that the closest that I can get from feeling something is the Moon card. That is the last one that came out. And that it talks about his unconscious fears. I think that for him, even though he has all this stability, there's something that he's like, I want to break free somehow of this stability. Like, I'm feeling a bit anxious. Like, I don't know if he had been not doing much or on a sort of hiatus for a while. So he's like, okay, I'm done with this. Like, I appreciate, what I have. I appreciate everyone around me, but I feel like I have to, and he also got the card of uh, Saturn in Aries, risk. So it's about risking himself. It's like he has this desire to put himself out there. And there's something about this being a risk, or people having some fears about him, and him being like, okay, I'm going to do it anyway, because like I mentioned, there's a lot of stability, like financial, but it's too routinary for him. It seems like it's more of the same, and it doesn't help him when it comes to his emotions, and it doesn't help him when it comes to feeling better. He needs to feel the thrill of something. And this is very interesting because actually this tarot deck, it's called the Slow Tarot, and I don't know why I got it very like a few days ago, and I don't know why I wanted to use it with him. And we have, the fourth card is the card of the Seven of Pentacles. And if you see here, there's like a guy like playing cards, somehow like gambling, and I think that also he wants to feel a bit of a thrill of entering a project, or working on something that makes him feel a bit anxious again, like, okay, like, what is going to come out of this, how it is going to go. um I definitely think that he wants to feel something. It seems like he's a guy that materialistically speaking, it seems like he has everything that he needs. Like, he doesn't need to move because he has it already. But this is what he's lacking. This is what he's looking for. He's looking for adventure. He's looking to make a risky move. He wants to be a gambler somehow, to be like, okay, I want to risk something in order to gain something back, because I cannot live with a life that is full of routines and rules to follow, and directions, and people telling him what he can do and what he cannot do. He wants a bit more of freedom. He wants to be able to move his body. He got a lot of pentacles. That, yes, I was talking about his finances probably, but the pentacles also talk about the body, and health. So I think that probably for him is to connect with his body again, to connect with his expressions, to connect with his, with how does it feel to keep your body on the move, and he knows that there's some, the Moon card here is about not feeling entirely sure about yourself, like having some fears in the back of your mind, in your unconscious, not knowing when something unexpected can come up. And somehow he's trying to make peace with this. He's trying to integrate this uncertainty into his life and be like, okay, yes, we never know. We never know what's going to happen. So I don't want to live like a routinary life, or I don't want people to tell me how I should live my life, because I want to feel something. Like, it seems that he wants to confront his own fears. And if he finds a limitation, or if he finds a fear, or if he finds something that is unknown to him, an unknown feeling, an unknown sensation, he wants to experience in it while working. Or if he starts feeling, I don't know, emotional, weak, confused, overwhelmed, he wants to dive into that sort of dark space in his mind that people are like, don't go there. I feel like there's a lot of people like trying to prevent him from becoming depressed or something like that. They are like, don't go that to the darkness, don't go there. They're like trying to keep him in this sort of like very stable bubble where he just knows what's going to happen next, and there's no surprises and everything is taken care of, and even, people around him, like even the people that loves him, like family, friends, everyone acts too serious, everyone acts like too professional around him, as if they were his employees somehow, or his administrators, instead of being family, or instead of being, chaotic, if that's the word. He wants more spontaneity. So this is why, he's like, okay, I have to take some risks, I have to make some decisions, I have to probably choose projects that are very different, or that they make me feel excitement again, all over again, and also like, I think that there's something about him risking everything, there's something about him like, okay, we only live once, so bring it on. Like, um he also wants to confront his fears, and he wants to somehow go to a certain extreme to feel something, to feel the rush, to feel the adrenaline. I think that he had been, a sort of like a very, yes, a very organized person with his matters. I believe that he had been like this always, like very devoted to his family, to his values, to his career, very like trying to be like very professional, and somehow there's a part of him that is like, what if I risk it all? What's going to happen? And when I say risk, it's not about making a bad decision, it's more about, like, yeah, like, I want to be a bit more daring, I want to do more. And I think that what most important for him is to face his own fears. And sometimes I wonder if these fears are actually his, or are, the people around him fearing for him. So he's like, okay, let's address the elephant in the room. You fear for me. You worry about me. Probably the audience as well is a bit like, yeah, I'm glad he's back. But there's this thing in the back of everyone's minds, that he knows this. He knows this. So he probably is trying to, make some very controversial decisions, so he can, so he can also distract people from, I'm not that fragile. Actually, I can be risky, and I can be a gambler in life, and I can be lucky, actually, and it can actually, there's something greater can come out of this experience, but I need to break free from what I was doing in the past, or from what I was the routine. I don't know if probably he had to follow a lot of rules, or he had to follow a lot of guidelines about how to live his life, and he had been doing very well. But now he's like, there's something about him that he's like, you only live once, so let's make it worth it. I want to feel a bit more spontaneous, and probably he wants to be a bit more active, when it comes to his body, like challenging his body to do, I don't know, a stance, or even, feeling emotional, and doing some action orientated things, because we have like Saturn in Aries, so that Aries is all about passion, it's all about, like the beginning of new things, and he wants to feel the thrill and the adrenaline of experiencing something for the first time, and putting himself out there, and being brave, and being courageous, and also like probably shocking a few people, like being very bold, and because it's the only way he can break free from this uncomfortable feeling of like there are some fears here, people fear, I have my own fears. So let's break this awkwardness, let's break this ice, like I'm okay, I'm okay. So I have to, I have to warm up, I have to get back into feeling again, I have to get back into, being unexpected. I don't know, maybe in the past, I don't know what kind of roles he played in the past, but probably he wants to get back to, if he was this, if he used to play these roles of being this very emotional person, or even a very erratic person. He wants to connect with that, somehow, like, I don't know, being the bad guy in the movie, or being the hero, or being, the one that breaks the rule. There's something about also him connecting with his masculinity again, with presenting himself like raw, in raw, not so much like, oh, the nice guy. I believe that he wants to do something more adventurous and daring, and impactful as well. He wants to impact people. He wants to shock a bit people also with his acting. So yes, this year is going to be about taking risk, and coming out, and also like, like, let's do this, let's get out of this stability, and let's create something new, like risking himself. He definitely wants to do this, because I believe he's craving for some emotion. He wants to feel, and also I think that, acting is something that also is very healing for him. Because it's a way of transmuting his own emotions. And probably everything that he had been feeling, that he couldn't properly express with his loved ones, he's able to express it through a character. So this is a very healing process. But he's like, to in order to heal myself, I have to confront myself, and I have to confront the limitations that had been imposed to me, or the things that were told to me about, oh, you cannot do this, or maybe you shouldn't do this, or you should take it slow. And he's like, I don't want to take it slow. I want to risk it. I want to live like this. I don't want to take it slow. So this is very interesting, actually. He's a very brave person, a very brave guy. So yes, guys, this is all I have for him. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.